We call ourselves the world's largest democracy, but a democracy cannot survive without an informed public. What we see today on mainstream television is no longer journalism, it is strategic distraction. Over the last decade, large sections of the mainstream media have systematically abandoned their constitutional duty as the fourth pillar of democracy. Instead of holding executive power accountable, they function as amplification engines for the political establishment. They deploy weaponized misinformation, manufactured hysteria, and selective outrage to manipulate public perception. Welcome to Talks with Dr. Gupta and friends. Today we are breaking down the precise mechanics of state-sponsored narrative manipulation. We will show 5 recent techniques of media distraction and 5 asymmetric action points for Gen Z and the opposition to break this deadlock. To understand how public attention is hijacked, we must examine how narratives are engineered. First, the paper leak cover-up versus manufactured hysteria. When millions of students face the catastrophic collapse of national competitive exams, prime-time television buries the crisis under manufactured debates and trivial controversies. The destruction of meritocracy is systematically pushed off the screen. Second, selective economic framing. Mainstream outlets trumpet high headline growth while suppressing data on youth unemployment, wage stagnation, and small business closures. By framing corporate profits as national prosperity, the lived economic reality of everyday citizens is erased. Third, the foreign conspiracy trope. Whenever international reports highlight press freedom decline or corruption, the media invokes national security and frames criticism as anti-national. This transforms governance debates into emotional loyalty tests. Fourth, communal polarizing noise during civic agitation. Whether student protests, farmer agitations, or labor strikes, the playbook is to isolate organizers and label peaceful protesters with extremist tags. Public debate is shifted from policy demands to identity conflict. Fifth, sanitizing institutional decay. When regulatory bodies or law enforcement fail, newsrooms divert blame to lower-level clerks or historical policies, shielding top-level leadership. How does the political disposition leverage this? It is a simple feedback loop. The media manufactures a high-decibel culture war, keeping the electorate perpetually divided and emotionally charged. While the public argues over manufactured outrage, critical bills are passed with zero parliamentary debate, and public assets are privatized without oversight. Institutional decay goes completely unpunished. Misinformation is not an accident. It is a deliberate governance strategy designed to turn citizens into passive spectators. Now let us address the elephant in the room. The current political establishment controls enforcement agencies, vast financial capital, and traditional media. If you fight a consolidated, high-control state with centralized playbooks, you hand it one target to neutralize. To break paralysis, networks like CJP and Gen Z must deploy AI-powered asymmetric tactics to bypass suppression. Action point 1 is AI-driven swarm fact-checking and micronode distribution. Do not rely on broadcast channels that can be banned or taken down. Use open-source generative AI models to analyze primetime news in real time and automatically extract manipulations. Feed automated breakdowns into encrypted microcells on WhatsApp, Telegram, and local messaging groups. When truth is processed by AI and shared peer-to-peer across thousands of chats, censors cannot choke the flow. Action point 2 is asymmetric economic pressure on propaganda revenues. Build open-source AI scraper bots that log every corporate advertisement aired during fake news segments. Deploy public dashboards that tag corporate boards, investors, and rating agencies in real time with evidence. When advertising on propaganda outlets becomes a financial liability, corporate money flees, and the media engine collapses. Action point 3 is AI legal swarming and high-speed right-to-information networks. Train legal AI assistants on constitutional law, municipal rules, and procedural codes to draft thousands of local RTI filings overnight. Overwhelming, corrupt local administration with compliance challenges creates structural friction against arbitrary overreach. Action point 4 is non-attributable flash actions and algorithmic organizing. Shift away from large pre-announced rallies and coordinate leaderless flash civic actions via decentralized networks. Send anonymous micro-targeted alerts to assemble short 10-minute demonstrations, synchronized to disperse quickly. Removing visible leaders denies the state a target while creating viral footage that pierces propaganda. Action point 5 is AI for economic solidarity and local counter-infiltration. Use AI-enabled community platforms for skill cooperatives, micro-market networks, and local legal defense pools. When communities secure livelihoods independent of state patronage, political fear tactics lose their grip. Power looks absolute only if you play by rules designed to protect it. When citizens combine constitutional literacy with decentralized AI supercharged civic pressure, the illusion of control shatters. This is Talks with Dr. Gupta and friends. Which of these AI-powered asymmetric tactics is most urgent to deploy right now? Stay safe and keep thinking about what comes next.